RimWorld is one of those games that can be very addicting. Build a base, research new technology, arm the colonists, and try and survive in this well-designed sandbox. Hey everyone, Tyler here with Gilded Reviews. This title has officially released, so I thought it was a good time to give you my top 5 reasons to buy RimWorld. This is a new segment I wanted to start to help highlight what I think are the best things about some of my favorite titles. And as always, if you guys like the video, go ahead and throw us a thumbs up, check out some of our other content, or consider subscribing. For those of you who don't know, RimWorld is a colony building and management simulator. You oversee the survival of a group of colonists by directing them and giving them tasks. However, each colonist has their own unique personality, and ultimately, what they do is up to them. This creates some hilarious situations and some pretty unique stories for the player. Let's go ahead and get this started with my number 5 reason for picking up RimWorld: the world building, map, and caravan system. Earlier versions of RimWorld didn't offer a whole lot in terms of world building. Your characters had backstories that they would develop as you played, and you could run into relatives having some unique encounters, but that was about it. With the release of caravans and the ability to traverse the world map, things started to change. Once enabled, caravans give you the ability to set up a new camp somewhere else, rather than just trying to leave the planet. This allows you to take control of multiple colonies at the same time. I think the limit is 5, and it does affect your PC's performance, so if you're interested in something like this, make sure your computer can handle it. You can even go out and raid cities or free slaves from the local gangs. It is surprisingly fun and gives you more options on how you would like to play. Moving on to number 4, we have the extremely addicting gameplay loop that revolves around the research, crafting, and building mechanics. When I first started up RimWorld, I was not really sure what to expect. I usually don't find crafting that entertaining in games, and it seemed to be a major part of this title. My fears were quickly put aside after I built my first research bench. It offered a ton of options, each one unlocking something new and useful for my colony. Many of the items you research end up being part of your base rather than items made at a crafting bench. Designing the base how I want is a tremendous amount of fun. You try to optimize everything, from the defense to the distance from the freezer to the kitchen. You can build firing zones for enemies and even mine your way into a mountain to set up a base with a more secure front. The crafting is also very well designed. You don't need to worry about it too much, and the way they have it set up makes it easy to assign jobs. Each bench has a list of items it can make. You select what you want and pick how many. From here, your colonists will take care of the rest, bringing the necessary mats and moving the completed items to storage. You can even further customize this by going into the options and designating a required minimum skill, what type of material to use, or who is allowed to work at that bench. Up at number 3, we have the modding community. This is a huge one for me. The mods in this title can make it a completely different game. From being able to wield lightsabers and have force training, to a medieval times mod that adds a ton of melee-oriented gameplay. Almost everything you need is here, and the community is continuing to grow, with new mods being posted frequently. The really nice thing here is that many of the mods are available directly through the Steam Workshop, and you don't really need to go somewhere like Nexus Mods to pick up what you want. With that being said, Nexus Mods has been known to have a bigger selection, at least with other games, but I have not felt the need to look there. Mods make RimWorld very customizable. One of my favorite mods is called Prepare Carefully, and it allows you to pick the beginning stats and equipment of your first colonists. This gives me the ability to play the way I want, pushing that early game stress out of the way, letting me watch TV while I set up my base. There are also mods that allow you to turn caravans into an Oregon Trail type of game, giving you the ability to stop, hunt, and set up camp. Moving on to number 2, we have the artificial intelligence. This is the only title that I know of that allows you to choose your AI not just at the beginning, but also in the middle of the game. The artificial intelligence controls things like random events and I believe the colonist behavior. There are 3 options available: an extremely random AI, a stable but hard AI, and a fairly easy, more chilled out AI. Each artificial intelligence has multiple difficulties ranging from base building mode to extreme difficulty. The developer even takes it a step further, offering players a hardcore mode where you can only save on exit. All of this is available for 2 simple reasons. First and foremost, it allows each player a crazy amount of customization. Secondly, it adds a ton of replay value, giving you a completely different experience each playthrough. And my number 1 reason to go and buy RimWorld is the game's level of depth. It really is insane just how how deep this title gets. Everything has its own stats, which all affect other things in one way or another. For instance, having a room with a gold sculpture will increase the beauty of the environment, in turn increasing the mood of your colonists. If that sculpture was created by someone with a high art skill, it will increase it even more. The opposite is true if there is dirt or some type of bodily fluid left on the floor. The colonists even respond to the size of the room that they are currently in. The colonist stats are an entirely different monster. Everything is here, including a small backstory from both their childhood and adult life. It tells you what they need and what is bothering them, giving you all the information you need to deal with it if you can. The health section is probably my favorite. It shows you everything wrong with them, from old scars to how much their bad back affects their movement. The awesome part is you can conduct operations through here, replacing people's organs or limbs. This opens up some pretty interesting situations. It's a little intense, but if one of my main colonists gets shot in the liver, I can replace it with one from a prisoner. As a final note on depth, I wanted to bring up that you can also tame wild animals, even teaching them to rescue people and haul things. Some, I believe, even fight for you, so theoretically you could have an army of wolves that follow you into battle. In my last playthrough, I ended up with 40 pigs that were all trained to move things around my base. It was fun until they ate all of my potato plants, effectively replacing them as my new food source. It was hard on Takamu, but it had to be done. That concludes my 5 reasons to buy RimWorld. This game is really fantastic, and even after 300 hours, I still want to jump in and play. This game isn't going to be for everyone, but those simulation enthusiasts that enjoy games like Dwarf Fortress, Kenshi, and Oxygen Not Included will surely find something to love. RimWorld is fairly unique, and you won't find many experiences like it, so if it sounds like something you would enjoy, then I suggest picking it up. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I love RimWorld, and honestly, I can't believe it is finally leaving early access. I have been playing this game for over 3 years, and I still find myself frequently going back to it. Have you had a chance to play RimWorld yet? If so, what did you think? Anyways, thanks again, and we will see you next time.